Hey there YouTubers, so tonight we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of cook up. We're using a charcoal suitcase barbecue and we're going to be cooking a butterflied lamb. So at the moment we're just getting the charcoals nice and hot. So I will show you how it's going to go when the charcoals are nice and white, and I'll show you the meat on the go. Nice beautiful white coals coming along here. And as I said, this is just a little charcoal suitcase barbecue. You can fold it up and you can get these fairly cheap on eBay, Amazon, probably Gumtree, and a lot of other online sites. So we're just going to see how we go tonight. It should be quite swell. So the charcoals are nice and glowing here. It's nearly all white, so white in the outers, a little bit black in the middle, nice orange glow. So as soon as that all turns white, the meat will be going straight on. It's cooking away beautiful. This is only probably taking us about 20 minutes or so to get it to this this temperature, which these were preheated coals through the little butane burner. So yeah, nice to see this one turns out. Beautiful. Right, yeah, so the coals are looking nice and done. Now the black you see there, that's just from the mixture of the charcoal and the wood that we used. So it's charcoal mixture with lump coal. So what we're actually going to be putting in here tonight, as I said before, it's butterflied lamb. So we are going to be using the Cook butterflied lamb leg, garlic and herb. So this is a 1.4 kilo. So the way I'll generally do is I'll put them there, let it cook for a bit, and I'll just do the flip until it looks pretty good. So let's see how she goes. So generally when I cook something like this on this kind of style cooker, what I'll do, just cut the bag open, get straight out, as you see. Now I like to try and preserve a little bit of juice in there, and you can always add just a little bit of water if need be. Now this is quite a large cut. Now when they put it in the bag, they sort of fold it over, so chuck it in the grill. And it looks a lot larger than what it actually is. Now with the juices in the bag, most of the time you will get juice, but this time it's quite dry. But I think this should come up quite nice tonight. So you can see all the herbs, nice bit of pink lamb there, nice bit of heat going along there. So let's see how she goes. And also remember, as I always say, when you are cooking any form of barbecue, make sure you get your jet fuel. And tonight I'm not going to be using my signature sign on this because it's charcoal. I usually use the cooking oil or cooking spray and have my jet flame going, but tonight, I was doing this one on the fly. So this is going to take a little while to cook this one up, but I'll show you guys what it looks like very soon. So I'm just going to let this sizzle for a little while, and I'll be doing a couple of flips on this just to get the juices flowing, make sure it doesn't stick to the grill. And yeah, it smells absolutely beautiful. So what we've actually done now is we've just used a bit of a heat diffuser because I thought the heat might be going through pretty quick on this, but it's going through a little bit slower than what we thought. So we've actually got a little bit of aluminium checker plate against the fence here, and we're just diffusing the heat so it sort of cooks a little bit quicker, and it's actually starting to sizzle a little bit better. So it's actually come along quite nicely. It's only been on for probably about 5 minutes or so. So yeah, I reckon it's going to taste nice. That nice smoky charcoal flavour. Instead of using the old gas and the old flame trick I used with the olive oil. But yeah, it looks quite good so far. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't come up dry. Start to see the juices actually come out there. I don't want to hold the phone too close because I don't want to go melting in my camera or my tripod. But we'll keep you posted. Rightio, so we're going to do the first flip of this. just to make sure it doesn't stick to the grill, and get the juices flowing through the actual barbecue. Now I haven't got my usual tools here, so I'm actually using salad tongs. I think that should work alright, so hopefully this doesn't drop. Yeah, she looks like she's sticking a little bit. Now she's starting to look a bit nice and toasted. You should see there. Hopefully I don't drop it. So I'm just going to give this a nice little flip. And as you can hear, it's sizzling away. Now I probably should have oiled this this plate, which I may do because yeah, I find she's sticking a little bit, but I don't want to cause too much of a fire here. So we'll see how we go, and if yeah, she starts to stick too much, yeah, I'll definitely put some cooking spray on that. But yeah, we'll see how she goes. Okay, so as I said, yeah, she's looking a little bit sticky. So I generally wouldn't do this with a charcoal cooker, but yeah, I probably kind of made a little bit of a stuff up here. I should have probably pre-oiled this plate. So it's not the usual spray I'd use, but it's very close to. So it's the old Coles canola oil spray. So this is just generally used just just make it a little bit more smokier, yeah, lubrication, and yeah, it might bring a little bit more juice out in the meat. So a bit like spray paint, just bit of a jet flame. As I said, I wouldn't do that before, but yeah, as I always say, it just it's whoever knows my channel and whoever watches my videos, that's what I like to do. Now I've got a little bit of a flame happening here, so I'm actually going to go for another flip here. Now since I've oiled up that, you can probably see a bit of a sticky side there. Now it's got a lot of heat, and yeah, it's not quite the way I want it to be turning out, but when you cook it on charcoal, you like to have that nice bit of a grill mark. So I think it should be alright. A little bit of brown, black on your skin, looks alright. We're all we've got the same internals. Pretty sure meat's got a its own internals. So yeah, this should be quite good. Okay, so yeah, she's all oiled up again now. I've got her to a nice comfortable spot of the heat, so I'm just going to let her rip there for a while. Let the diffuser do its job. Nice bit of aluminium checker plate. It's probably going to take about, I think she's probably said about another half an hour, 45 there. I don't want to get it too dry, which like I said before, gets a little bit burnt on the skin, so it looks a bit dry there, but yeah, the internal meat should be nice and pink still. And being lamb as well, being more of a grey to whitish kind of meat, you don't want to dry it right out because it's going to taste like absolute crap, and it's going to be like chewing on sandpaper. So I'll sit here and monitor this for a while and have a little bit more jet fuel, and yeah, I'll just cook on, and yeah, it should be quite nice. Right, so yeah, I had a little bit of a fire on the other side, so she's looking a little bit dark and she's smelling a little bit charcoal-like, but that's what you expect when you go trial and error with this kind of meat on a different type of barbecue. And I probably sprayed a little bit too much oil, so as you can see, it started to flame up again. So that's just the oil was coming out with the juice. As you can see, yep, flame up again. But as I always say, it's like Hungry Jack's, flame grilled. So yeah, a little bit of charcoal, doesn't do any harm. Now, it probably looks a lot worse than what it actually is on the camera. But it's going to taste pretty good. I'm making sure that it's just outer charcoal, not internal charcoal. So like I said before, you don't want actual burnt white meat or grey meat. But the outer skin, providing you eat it nice and hot, it will taste quite good. And you just take off the skin, and it should be swell. So I'll try and get these flames to die down a little bit and control this this flameage. And it should be good. So far we're getting a lot of the juice and the oil coming out now. I'm getting a lot of problems with the flame here, so you said the coal's nice and hot. It looks like a nice burnt piece of Australian steak, as the old style used to be. Now, yeah, I'm just sort of flapping this on and off on the grill, but it's smelling really good. It looks burnt. Now, photos, cameras can be deceiving compared to what the actual meat is going to be like. So when this is actually done, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when it's cut up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like the way I'm going to dish it up tonight. So we're actually going to cut this up and chuck it in some rolls with some coleslaw, as I showed you guys in the last video that I did with the chicken that I did, and it's going to be quite gourmet. So you gotta love your flammage, and you gotta always use your jet fuel. Always cook with jet fuel. Doesn't say jet fuel, but it's close enough. So yeah, as I said, so decently looking cooked butterfly lamb here. You've got a lot of nice hot coal there, and the black coal there is all the oils and all the juices. But it's just cooking quite well. So I'm not showing a lot of what I'm doing at the moment, but I've got to keep kind of rotating this this meat, because we're getting a lot of flammage. So it looks like it's burnt, but it's not actually burnt. It's just the outer crust. But we had to do some gash marks. So kind of looks like the female anatomy there. There, right there, and right there. But that's just to let the juices flow of the meat. So I thought it would be cooking a lot shorter than what we've actually had it on for, but it's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, I just got to just keep rotating, as I keep saying. That side there, top side, is virtually done, but it's just the internals that I'm trying to get the heat through at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how we go with this one now. And the next part of this video will be when we actually take it off, carve it up, put it in the rolls, and put the coleslaw with it. So yeah, I think it's gonna be quite delicious, nice and smoky, with a nice charcoal wood flavour through it, and the nice fresh rolls and the coleslaw will throw the extra bit of kick to it. And yeah, we'll see how we go from there. A lot of smoke, as you can see. Beautiful. Okay, so now it's time to cut up. So I'm gonna get the old man to cut the meat up this time, because yeah, I've had a little bit of jet fuel, and I'm not the best at cutting up the meat. Unless I got my electric knife, then I'll just hack it up. So he's gonna do some nice fine cuts here. He's just cutting up into chunks, just making sure it's all nice and cooked up, which it looks nice and juicy, so it's not overdone. It's it looks a little bit burnt, as I said, on the outside, but the thing is, when you cook on the charcoal, it's more or less charcoal's charcoal. So charcoal will turn the meat charcoal looking, but the internals, as most grillers and most people who cook on charcoal, they know what it turns out like. So this is actually cooked quite fine. I reckon it could be maybe a little bit overdone, but it's not overdone. So if you can see from these cuts that come out so far, there's actually a nice little bit of pink there still, and there's still a nice little bit of juice. So
it's perfect.
It's, yeah. as the carver slash secondary chef tonight is saying, it's perfect. Yeah, I thought it might have been a little bit burnt myself when I was cooking it before, but as I haven't cooked on charcoal for a while, it will look a little bit burnt. And as you guys have seen, all the videos I do all the time lately, everything's just always on the Ziggy. And tonight I thought we'll do something different. We'll do a little bit of a travelling cook. So this is when we're using the old man's Suitcase BBQ, the charcoal, as I've said about 100 times now. But yeah, this is actually carving up quite nicely. As you can see, it's not rough and tough. There's a nice sharp knife there to cut it with. So this will all be put into rolls with the coleslaw. And as you can see, there's a lot of juice, and we're just carving it up. I'm gonna chuck it into the tub, and we're gonna put it into some rolls with coleslaw. So we will show you what the ending result looks like when it's sitting in the rolls with the coleslaw, and it looks quite gourmet for a first attempt of cooking a butterfly lamb on the Suitcase charcoal barbecue. Now in the future, what we're actually going to do, we're going to do another video with this cooker again, but we're going to actually use the rotisserie to show you how this actually goes with a rotisserie on it. Now this is all trial and error with what we've actually attempted tonight, which we've never done a butterfly lamb there, and as I said, and as you can see, there's a few little issues with it, but at the end of the day, it's actually come up quite nice. So yeah, the next video will definitely be with the rotisserie with maybe, I don't know, pork, lamb, beef, just whatever we feel like cooking that night. So after the secondary chef and the carver's done cutting up, we will show you what these nice pieces of lamb look like in the ending resulting rolls. Rightio, so this is the time when you will see me construct the ending result of tonight's cook-up. So, as I said, got the coleslaw, you got the rolls, and we have got our lamb. So, as the last video went, as I keep saying, yeah, this is a very similar cook-up. So, just gonna get some coleslaw, smash it on there, a bit more coleslaw on there. Now, you don't want to go too Jewish, you don't want to go too heavy. So, yeah, let's pack it on. Let's pack it on nicely. Now, the chef tonight, or the secondary chef, as I keep saying, yeah, he's got to have his rolls out of this cook-up. So, yeah. So, he's gonna make his rolls at a later time tonight, which he's gonna use his own special gravies. So, put the lamb on top of the coleslaw, which it tastes absolutely beautiful. The meat came out perfect, and as I said before, it did look a little bit burnt, but it was the outer skin because we had a lot of flameage. But the ending result, there's a lot of juice out of the meat. It wasn't dry at all, and it has actually turned out really, really, really nice. So, as you'll see, I'm gonna pack it on. They look quite nice and large, as you can see. And as I always say, as much as food looks beautiful when you cook it, at the end of the day, it all turns to shit. So, anyhow, as you've seen tonight, that is the finishing result of cooking on a charcoal Suitcase barbecue with the butterfly lamb on rolls with coleslaw. And thank you for watching and viewing. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.